Hey, Joe Gill here. I've been debating about this video for a while. I mean, if you've been watching, I've been doing a little series on Soviet Union, and the next video I was going to do was maybe like a psychological evaluation of like the Russian women or whatever, what their major differences was. But I figured maybe I should do something on American women first. And but I've been debating on how I should present this video and all that. So this is kind of my first sort of MGTOW style video. I've had a lot of experience with dating and copulating women, dating back all the way since I was 12. Basically, I had my first date and first sexual experience when I was 12 years old, and I'm 46 now, and I pretty much devoted my life to, chasing women. But mainly in my other videos, I just talk about going overseas and all that. I haven't really talked about homebound, which has presented quite a challenge, and but I've talked to a lot of them. This video might be a little bit lengthy, but I'll try and cover as much ground. So I might seem to jump around, so forgive me if I do, and and all that. Anyway, the bottom line, just to sum it up with American women, they're gluttons. They're self-entitled gluttons. My overall evaluation of these women, they approach life and approach men like an all-you-can-eat buffet. And they literally have a gigantic silver platter or gold platter. And they just want to go through the long line, the long buffet line, which is basically their life, and men that come along with it. And they just want to overflow this platter just full of things, whatnot, and opportunity. It's not necessarily food, but it's just like, okay, for example, they're carrying the platter. Ooh, a new car? Yes, I would like that. Let's see what else. A house? Yes. This? Yes. Boyfriend? Yes. Job? Yes. Career? Yes. It's just, they want everything. Kids, house with a garden, projects, doing this, doing that, and family, friends, social life, everything. And they really kind of create their own fucking misery. They create their own misery, and they basically just blame it all on men. It's all our fault and all that. Women are always constantly saying like, and guys, you can tell me if you ever want to comment, you tell me if you think I'm right. Like when they complain about, oh, guys have such a simple life, guys have it so easy. Well, it's funny. I say this to women and they either get mad or they get quiet. I say, you know what? I've debated a lot of women about philosophical life, psychological facts of life. And I say, you know what, sweetie? I say life is all about choices. If you make the wrong choices, your life is going to suck. And, and myself as a man and a lot of other men out there, we keep it light and we keep it simple. And that's the big difference between men and women. Women are constantly out there trying to fill their life full of drama and bullshit and shit, and men just want to keep it simple. When it comes to everything, when it comes to money, I have one credit card and one ATM card. I don't have any charge cards to a bunch of department stores or any of that bullshit. I own one fucking car. It's paid off. I don't own a bunch of other cars and all that. I have one job. I have one bank account. I just keep it simple. I have I have no debt. The only two bills I have is like my phone bills and my credit card bill, and that's it. And rent. Women, they complicate everything. Now, as far as their dating and sex life goes, I'll give you an example. Like when women cry, I've been doing a lot of online dating these past 6 years, and it's a nightmare. A lot of women, I don't know if you guys have done it, they have these sexual disclosures in there. saying, I'm not looking for a guy who's looking for an FWB, friends with benefits, one night stand, sex fling or whatever. And I've gotten in debates. I said, why do you put that? And it's like, well, we just want men to want other things besides sex. And I go, and they go, well, I go, okay, understandable, but why? But you shouldn't put that in there. And I go, why? I go, I need to get that message because I have so many guys, trying to hit me up with sex or send me nude pics or do whatever. And I said, fine, just delete them or just ignore those guys. But they talk about it like they're so upset and so, bothered by it. And I go, welcome, well, we men get upset that, every dream or every goal or every ambition a woman wants involves money. And when women talk about having a happily ever after or a fairy tale or, like one of those things, the fairy tale is that they basically get everything that they want in life and you flip the bill. You basically pay for it. That's the difference between the fairy tale. The fairy tale for a woman in life is that she gets a house, she gets a car, she gets kids, she has family around, she has a career, and her paychecks from her career go into her personal bank account and you pay for everything else. If she wants to have a garden, she might happily go out there and plant petunias or whatever, daisies, but you're going to pay for it. You're going to have to go down to Home Depot or whatever and get the fucking mulch or whatever it is for her to plant the fucking garden. She'll probably want you out there on your day off of all days to do it. Or any other little stupid pet project they want you to do around the house. When all you want to do on your days off is just have a drink, get your dick sucked, watch a little TV, and take a fucking nap. Maybe go out to eat and go check out a movie. Yes, so simple, our life is fucking boring. But not for a woman. You're married or you got a long-term girlfriend, they got a bunch of pet projects that they want you to work on. Well, I'd rather get my dick sucked personally. So, and that's it. They just want to fill their schedule. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying about the sex. And I was just, bottom line, I was telling, I go, you shouldn't do that. And I go, why? I go, you're giving off the impression to guys that look at your profile online that you don't like sex. And they're like, oh no, I like sex. It's just that I don't want them to think that I do it, or I just don't want to do it with anybody. And I said, you know what? And then I tell them, I debate them this way. I go, you know what? Then don't. Don't do it with anybody. But you know what? The bottom line, what looks good to a guy is if, or in my opinion, and I'm talking mostly women, well, really any women, but especially women over 35 or over 40. My age, over 35, 40, 50, whatever. Middle age, up, And it's just like, you should. And then it's just like, well, it's like, no, I like sex. And I go, are you currently having it right now? Or are you having, and it's just like, no, it's been a while. And it's just like, well, and I go, why? It's like, well, I'm waiting to have a relationship. And I go, that's an excuse. That's a cop-out. And the bottom line is, if you don't have a regular sex, or if you're not in the habit of having regular sex, then I'm sorry. Bottom line is, honey, you basically don't, in a sense, like sex. And I don't fucking care. Anybody can argue with me about this. Anybody, I don't care, man, woman, or even teenager or youth. Anybody who likes sex or likes getting laid is going to do it on a regular basis or semi-regular basis. Regular basis meaning weekly or bi-weekly. Semi-regular is at least fucking once a month. I don't care if it's with some sort of booty call, an ex-boyfriend, or some one night stand that they pick up from a bar, or or even some hapless idiot that they meet on a dating service or whatever. I'm sorry. I don't care anybody. I don't care. This goes for men too. if nobody's in the habit of getting laid at least once a month, they're just not that into sex. And my theory is with middle-aged men, the reason why men in their 40s, they want sex, well, they're basically divorced, they've been married, they've built a home with a woman and all that, and probably didn't have sex pretty much close to the end of the marriage, so they're finally single. Their kids are older, more or less out of their hair, more independent. So you're a single guy. So the main thing you want a woman for is two basic things, two broad basic things. Number one, a regular and very frequent, very often sex partner. Number two, maybe a fucking companion. But other than that, that's it. And another thing, as far as I'm concerned, and guys, let me know if you agree or disagree. When you get older, be about my age or in your 40s or something like that, there's really no, other than a companionship and a regular sex partner, a woman really doesn't have that much to offer. Then someone you're going to go to the movies with, or go get a drink with, or go watch a game with, or do whatever. And of course have intercourse with, because you're not going to, 9 times out of 10, if you've been married once or twice and had kids, you definitely don't want to have kids. You've already had your kids. You sure as fuck don't want to walk down the wedding aisle, at least most guys. I'm generalizing right here, okay? I'm just generally speaking. And you probably don't really want to move in. You don't want to cohabitate. You don't want to build some type of household or apartment or whatever with a woman. You just kind of want a companion that you kind of hang out with, have a couple of beers, and get laid. And that's it. And really, honestly, anybody over the age of 35 who's divorced and all that and had her kids, there's really not much. She really doesn't have much to offer, in a sense. At least that's my theory. So, I don't know. But the problem with women, like I said, they just fill their plate up too much. They become in debt. They come in debt. They complicate their life. They can't get everything done. They end up not being able to please everybody in their life. If they're trying to have a relationship or with a guy, that guy tends to be put all the way back on a back pedal, which really ought to be, if women had any common sense, it should ask the question, why are guys such jerk? Why are guys such assholes? Why do guys cheat? Why do guys not want to commit? Why do they not want to get married? It's just like, well, you know what? What's the point? What's the point? If your career comes first, or then your kids, then your career, then your family, then your social life, then your friends, or your hobbies, and then somewhere around there, a guy and his dick comes sixth or seventh. But that's what I notice, especially with online dating with women over 40. They have all those things going through. They got a bunch of family drama or bullshit. Their work, their job, their career, their kids, any hobbies. I have to go to the lake, or I'm going with a bunch of friends and I'm watching sports. And I noticed that. I go, what the fuck was with all these women into sports now, spectatoring? I don't know. Maybe some of you guys might think that's cool, but I'm a guy who's not really into sports. But women now, they're into going to car shows and all this, and I don't know what that is all about, But it's like they got everything else. It's like they got everything else going on in their life, but you, and what you want, what makes you happy, and what you're all about. And then they wonder why. Well, gee. Why is he just contacting me for sex? Or why does he just want to get laid? Or why do these men not want to commit? We're not important. And I myself as a guy, I keep it simple. I've never been married. I don't have any kids. I've been able to save a lot of money because of that. I've been able to travel to a lot of exotic foreign places. I've had a good time. I don't regret it. And, but women just have their whole, their whole schedule's constantly full and all that, and guys are just saying, the hell with it. And as a result, our life seems a lot more simpler, a lot more easier, a lot more laid back. We got more free time. We're less stressed, and it's less complicated, And so that's why, in my opinion, women have such fucked up lives, and they're basically unhappy. That's at least sort of my interpretation of this whole MGTOW thing with women. And but when it comes to sex, it's funny. Women still act like they're in high school. Especially older women, like over 40 and over 50. They act like they're worried about their reputation or what people are going to think. Come on, give me a break. If anything, any woman over 50 or over 40 acting like a slut, it can only help her out. And nobody's not going to say anything. It's just like, what am I going to do? I'm going to go out and bang a 55-year-old chick, and I'm going to go down to my local high school and brag about it. If anything, they'll say, oh, it wasn't my mother, was it? I don't know too many guys who would go around bragging about, I don't care at any age, I don't care whether they're 45 or even 65, about banging some chick over 50 or over 60 years old or over whatever. If anything, I think these women can probably benefit from it. So, I don't know. I just think women need to relax. I think they should stop worrying about all the rules with sex, about being taken out on a proper date, which is where a guy pays for it. And I don't know. I just think if they just met a guy, think he's cute or attractive, overall genuine nice guy, and if the mood was right, was a bit sexually attracted to him, go someplace and have sex with him and just not fucking worry. That's the frickin' problem, But anyway, I got more that I can say on this subject, but I can't gather my thoughts right now, but I think I sort of said enough. So it kind of runs into what I'm going to talk about my next video about Russian women and the psychology of them, and basically what I learned about them and what they sort of came off as. So I don't know. Until next time, do you want comment below and just tell me about any of your experiences or something like that. Alrighty, I'll talk to you later. Bye.